Hi traders, so this was the back test for our DeepSeek Bitcoin trading robot. This is the regional version that we did. You can see it looks quite pretty good. It's a 1 year back test, 2% risk per trade. It's quite an aggressive trading robot, but you can see it went from 2,000 to 252,000, 100% real ticks. It doesn't use grid or martingale. And if you look at the stats, 1.97 profit factor. We had a just under a 9% drawdown on the back test, and you'll see that overall it has over a 90% win rate. We had a few people test this, and yeah, of course, it's really good to get feedback, so I appreciate that from the community. But the main comments were that the average profit versus the average loss. I mean, the loss was so much larger than the average profitable trade. So even looking at the graph here, even though with a 90% win rate, it wasn't good, favorable win to loss ratio. Even though it still wins, it's just too much to take really for people when you're looking at this kind of loss versus this kind of profit. Despite you can get an average of 11 consecutive wins and an average of just one loss. So, and then the other thing was you see from this period it just went up and down, up and down. And so what I did was I did the back test for just 2025, so just over a month and a half of testing, back testing, and it wasn't very good. You can see here it's up and down, up and down, up and down. So for 2025, it wasn't good at all. So we went back to the drawing board, we re-optimized and got a much better result. As you can see here, this one is also the 1 year back test. And once again, a really nice looking graph. Gets about the same amount of profit towards the end, but you see the profit factor is a lot higher. The average profitable trade is 418 versus the average loss trade, which is slightly more, but much better ratio wins to loss amount compared to the previous one. Yes, the trade win ratio is lower at 80%, and the consecutive wins versus consecutive losses is also lower, but it's a much more stable looking chart with a higher profit factor. And most importantly, if we do the back test for the 6 weeks in 2025, you see it's a lot more linear upwards trending chart, unlike the first one. So yeah, this one is now available. This is the version 1.24. If you look on our website, we're actually on 1.25 simply because we've got a few guys who were needing to use the Bitcoin with the hashtag as a symbol. Unfortunately, not all brokers are the same. Different ones have different implementations for Bitcoin, and this one here for one of our subscribers didn't work, so we've updated it. So it works the same way with the 1.24 optimization, just with the added checks. The reason why we did the checks is because I don't want people using it on different symbols and losing money. Obviously, no guarantees for the future, but it's looking quite good. And if you do want to test this, if you are a premium Patreon member, it comes at no additional cost, so you can download this right away and test it. Obviously, stick it on demo first before you put it on live. For those who don't want the membership commitment, you can purchase this as well as a standalone, which includes lifetime updates. As you can see, every time we get new optimizations, we'll just add it to here, and you get all that. So just wanted to let you know that. For those in the community, you've already been given this news, but for those who don't know, I hope you found this video useful. Speak to you soon, traders.